guys, good morning. It is Monday. It's about 7 o'clock and I just got to campus. I have my health promotion and wellness exam in like 30 minutes. Campus doesn't open till 7, but like I can get in the doors within the building at any point, but like the classrooms aren't open till 7, so I'm kind of just gonna sit in my car for a few minutes. Yeah, I have that test and hopefully it goes well. I'm kind of nervous just because I don't know what to expect. I didn't really study just because like there wasn't really information to study. It was kind of confusing. So, and of course I will let you guys know how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna head in there, and then afterwards I brought my gym bag. I'm hopeful that I'll go to the gym. Yesterday I woke up with a really weird like sharp hip pain in my left hip, and like I could barely put any weight on it or walk or anything, and it's feeling better right now, but I don't really want to push it. So I was supposed to do legs today, but I'm kind of gonna wait and see how it's feeling come the time I need to go to the gym. I might just do low intensity cardio. I'm not really sure. We'll see, just because I don't want to like injure it more if I did injure it, or hopefully it'll be better and I can go to the gym after class, but we'll see. And yeah, otherwise I really got to study for farm today because I have a farm test on Wednesday, and tomorrow I have mental health clinical from 6 to 4, so I won't really get any time to study. And I know me, once I get home from clinical, I'm going to be exhausted, and yeah, I just won't want to study. So hopefully I can get most of my studying done today. So I'm going to head on into my test. Wish me luck. I'll talk to you guys afterwards. Hi guys. So I am just now at school. Make sure my car's in drive. Unlike if you saw last vlog, I put my car in reverse. I'm leaving school, so it's about 1:40. Actually, no, it's almost 2:45. I read my clock wrong. It's almost 2:45. I'm just leaving school. So class gets out at 10:30, as y'all probably have figured out by now. But I decided to stay after just because, and by the way, if you hear beeping, it's my GPS in the background. I decided to stay after because at 11 o'clock tutoring starts, and class didn't really end till like 10:40 anyway. So I felt like there was no real reason for me to leave when it was only 20 minutes before tutoring started. So I decided to stay for tutoring. I've never really done tutoring. I'm not always a big fan of it just because it's student taught, and so I feel like sometimes the students like don't necessarily always know what they're talking about like they think they do. So yeah, I never really go to it, but I decided I'd give it a shot this time. I went to tutoring, and my initial thought was correct. It was not really worth my time. No offense to my school or anything like that. I did that, and then I decided to stay a little bit after just because I was already here. And I kind of like made a study guide for myself, which I will definitely talk about when I do a study video for this coming exam, depending on, I mean, obviously I'll do it either way, but like depending on how I do, I will let you know how it works out. I made a study guide for myself, and I kind of started filling it in and watching like little videos that were given, and I got quite a bit done, which was super nice. So I kept working on that, and then my mom texted me and was like, hey, are you going to be passing by your brother's school around 3:15, which is when he gets out of school? And so I was like, basically she's asking me to pick him up. So I was like, well, I can be if you need me to. So I let her know that I'll go get him. I think I told you guys I had a exam today in health promotion, and it went well. Not for the majority of the class, which was a bummer, but it went okay for me. I got an 84, but with how many points we got back, I ended up with a 90, which is a huge jump. Definitely a hard test. Like, a lot of the questions I completely guessed on, and I really didn't know the content for. I just guessed properly. There were multiple questions that I probably reread what the question was asking like 5 times. I'm not even joking. I reread questions so many times just to make sure I was trying to give the correct answer, because I knew I didn't really prepare well, and I was just trying to kind of logically feel my way through the exam. So yeah, thankfully I think most of the girls' scores got brought up by getting all these points back. I mean, at least that's the hope. So hopefully, we'll see. I haven't really talked to anybody yet, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. And so now I'm just heading home to get my brother. I brought my gym bag this morning, and I was planning to go to the gym after school, but obviously now I have to go get my brother, and I stayed way longer than planned, so I'm not going to go right now. I might go just like later this evening in a little bit. I'm not totally sure. I kind of just want to take the time to like finish what I was doing with my study guide for farm opposed to going to the gym. I know working out is important, and like I'll definitely get it in this week. I just am not sure if it's going to be tonight or not. I'd really like it to be, and I probably should have gone earlier, but by the same token, what I say all the time is that school has to come first before YouTube or the gym or my friends or social outings or anything. Like, school has to be number one. And so I think what I'll do is I'll go through my study guide first, and then if I still have time, I'll go to the gym. But we'll kind of play it by ear just because today went a little bit off than the plan was supposed to be. So yeah, I'm just gonna drive home and I will catch up with y'all in a little bit. Morning, guys. I don't think you can even like barely see me. It is 5:10 and I'm leaving my house to go get Maddie, and we're heading to clinical. We have to be at the hospital by 6, so we are headed out the door. I don't really have to leave this early. It should only take me 30 minutes to get there, but sometimes there's traffic, and the first week we were like almost late. So we're heading out, but I will catch up with you guys later because you totally can barely see me right now. It's like my 4th time recording this part because my phone just keeps falling down. It will not stay. So I am just headed home from school. It's about 11 o'clock right now. Class usually gets out at, by the way, it's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday anymore. Class usually gets out at 10:30, but we got out at 10:15 today, which was nice, but I decided to stay after and home. So I'm on my way home right now before I get home, so that once I'm home I can kind of spend time with Connor. We're going to celebrate my birthday today. So my birthday was yesterday, and I think I talked to you guys before I picked up Maddie, I think, when it was super dark outside. I went and got her. We drove to the hospital, went to clinical. Clinical was good. It was a normal 10-hour shift. I was on a geriatric psych unit, which was nice. I actually really liked it. I just hung out with old people all day, and a lot of them are really sweet. Most of them didn't have a whole lot of psychosis issues going on. A few did, but for the most part it was just a lot of depression, which is sad because in the elderly, if their spouse has passed away, or maybe their kids don't live nearby, or their kids have kids and they're just busy, so a lot of the elderly tend to spend a lot of time alone, which leads to depression, and so that's what a lot of them were for. So they were just happy to be interacting with people, and I spent like the whole day coloring with this one lady who was super nice. Yeah, that was that. And then I came home, and what did I do? So I got out of the hospital at 4. I was home by like 5:30, and then I worked on studying for pharm. I had a pharm exam just this morning, so I was studying for that last night, which is a very fun way to spend your birthday in a psych ward and then studying for an exam. So I was studying for pharm. I had dinner with my family. We just like made tacos. It was pretty simple. And then I had dinner with them. And then my mom bought like cupcakes for us to have, because I told her I didn't want like a full cake because I've been eating so much sugar lately, and I'm trying to not like do that, and so I felt like having a whole cake in the house would lead to me just continuing to eat it. So she just went and got little cupcakes for me and my family, and we all like each had a cupcake, which was good. And then I opened presents, and that was about it. I spent the rest of the night studying and kind of just hanging out. We watched the presidential, I was about to say presidential debate. It's not debate season. Thank the Lord, I hate debate season. But we watched the State of the Union address, and so I like did not want to pay attention to that. So I just studied while the rest of my family was watching it. And we were going to watch The Bachelor, but because the State of the Union went so late that we didn't get to watch The Bachelor, so I need to catch up on that at some point from Monday. And then today's Wednesday, so I got up this morning, drove to class. Again, I was going to film for you all, but I didn't. I was just in a rush, and I was really nervous about this exam, so I didn't want to like spend a lot of time on my phone. I really wanted to study, so I listened to a recording of our lecture on my drive to class this morning, and then kind of sat in the parking garage for a few minutes while I finished listening to it, and then went and took the test. It went well. Everyone in the class passed, which was awesome, and was like well above passing, because a pass is a 78. So we were all well above passing, which was great for the first pharm exam. You never know with the first exam. I always say it's the worst because you never know what to expect or how the teacher's gonna test you or whatever. So we all passed, which was great. I got an 86. The final grade isn't in the grade book yet, so I'm not sure if we'll get a point back or not. I'll probably insert some text here like I usually do, because usually we get a point back or two and say what my score is if it goes up, or if it just stayed the same. Y'all will know, but I don't know right now. I'm still waiting. So we'll see. But yeah, I got an 86, which I was happy with. Throughout the test, I was really nervous and felt like I didn't know some of the questions, so I'm very happy with that. I honestly was worried I wasn't going to pass because I kept mixing up different types of drugs. Every question is worth 2%, so it may seem like an 86 isn't that high, but when you factor in the fact that every question is worth 2%, that's only like a few questions, because it's a 50 question test, so it's really only a few questions. And some of the questions were silly mistakes on my part. Well, not silly, I just didn't really think it through all the way, because, like, for example, one of the questions is, a patient is taking a beta blocker, what is the symptom that you're going to expect to see? I was thinking of a beta 1, which a beta 1 impacts your heart rate. And so I was thinking that we'd see their heart rate go up, because you would if they were taking a beta 1. But they were taking a beta 1 blocker, which means it's going to do the opposite. So instead of their heart rate going up, their heart rate's going to go down. So the symptom that they should have seen would have been bradycardia, which is a decreased heart rate. But I put tachycardia because that's an increased heart rate, because that's what a beta 1 would do. But it was asking me about a beta 1 blocker, which is the opposite. So like 3 of them were silly things like that. They were asking for the opposite of what I was giving them, and I have a history of doing that. When I was in elementary school, my family thought I had dyslexia, because a lot of the times on exams they would ask me a question just like that, and I would give the opposite answer. So if they said, what does a beta 1 blocker do? I tell them what a beta 1 does, not a beta 1 blocker. And I know I have a history of doing that, so I wasn't that upset about it, because I'm like, oh yeah, there's Abby being Abby again. I just tend to be that way. So otherwise it went good. Now I'm on the way home. Connor and I have these gift cards that we won, well, my mom won and she gave to us, for a little brunch place in my town. So I think we're gonna go have brunch there, and then he's been really wanting to see the movie 12 Strong, so I think we're gonna go see that. And then tonight, we're supposed to be having family dinner tonight, because last night I wanted to spend studying for my exam this morning, and so we were supposed to be having family dinner for my birthday tonight with my family and Connor, but that got canceled because my mom had to go to the mountains for work, and she won't be back till Saturday. And when she gets back Saturday, she goes immediately to the normal hospital she works at and works a 24-hour shift, so I won't see her till Sunday. And my dad has the flu, so he won't go. So I think my brother, me, and Connor will go out to dinner to celebrate my birthday, or maybe just Connor and I will go, and then we'll do family dinner like another night when everybody's back in town and feeling better. I don't really know, we'll see. But yeah, that's the plan right now. I think we're gonna go get brunch and kind of go see a movie or something. I never have free time like this in nursing school. Earlier than it normally is, so I have some light and can record for you guys. So it is it's Friday. It's Friday morning. I didn't vlog yesterday, I don't believe, because I carpooled with my classmate Maddie. She picked me up and we went to clinical. We had clinical at a daycare yesterday, and I got to hang out in the infant room. So I was with all the babies, which was so fun. They're so cute. We're there from 8 to 12, and then afterwards we had post-conference till like, it was probably 1 o'clock. It was more like a 6-hour clinical by the time you add in like how early we were there before the clinical started, because we got a 6-hour clinical instead of 4, but that's okay. And then afterwards I went with Maddie and another classmate of mine, Amy, to a facial day. One of Maddie's friends sells Mary Kay, and she offered to do like a free facial on us, so we went and did that, which was really fun and relaxing and like a way to just not think about school, which was super nice. It was at 2 o'clock, so in between clinical ending and going to the facial, the 3 of us went to Qdoba and just got lunch, and then we went to the facial, and we were there from like 2-ish to about 4. So by the time I got home, it was like 5 o'clock, and I was exhausted. I was so tired. I don't know why all of a sudden this just exhaustion came over me out of nowhere. I was so tired. I showered and went to bed. I went to bed by like 9 o'clock. It was super nice, and I woke up this morning at about 5. Like, at first my alarm went off at 5, but I was still tired, so I was like, I'm gonna just push it back. I don't leave my house till 6:15, 6:30, somewhere in between those 2 times. I can't really leave after 6:30, or traffic just gets too bad and it takes me like over an hour to get to class if I wait that long. I leave between 6:15 and 6:30, I'm usually good. So I set my alarm for, I woke up at 5, and then I reset my alarm for 5:45 so that I'd have like 30-45 minutes to get ready. So I got up at 5:45. I kind of just lay there for a little bit. I got dressed super fast. I have no makeup on. I took my hair out of a ponytail that I slept in. That's why it's super curly. And I have mascara in my car that I'm going to put on before I go inside, and that's literally it. I got in the car and I left, and so now I'm on the way to class. And today I have mental health class from 7:30 to 10:30, and then it is Friday and I am done. And I'm so excited. I'm so tired. It's been such a long week. I had 2 clinical shifts, 2 exams, a bunch of studying, my birthday, clinical paperwork, just a ton of stuff going on this week. And so I'm so glad that it's over and I'm finally getting some time to rest. I have no exams to study for this coming week, so this weekend I can like watch the Super Bowl and chill and not do anything. So it's gonna be really nice. So yeah, that's kind of just what I'm doing now. Hi guys. So I am leaving school. I think I talked to y'all this morning already, so I'm not really going to repeat anything I already said. So it's about 3 o'clock right now. Sorry, my eye feels so weird. I like can feel my contact kind of just like not totally feeling right in my eye. So if I'm messing with it, that's why. It just feels a little weird. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but I'm finally heading home. So I had mental health class from 7:30 to 10:30, and then I just decided to stay a lot longer than planned with my classmate, and we got a ton of work done. We have a clinical project for our mental health class, and okay, sorry about that. I don't really know what happened. Next Tuesday for our last mental health shift, we have group sessions on the psych ward unit. And normally it's just like group therapy sessions, so we had to research a form of therapy that helps people with mental health conditions. And so we picked one out and we have to lead a group therapy session on Tuesday. So it'll probably only be like a 20-30 minute thing. It won't be super long. We picked physical activity, and we specifically found an article on older adults and how physical activity decreases the feelings associated to depression, especially in older adults. So we have to present, but we also have to write a 6-page paper about how our presentation went, a summary about the article, why we chose the article, a bunch of stuff like that. And the paper, so we present on Tuesday and the paper's due by 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Neither of us had started it, and we're in a group together. We're presenting together, so we figured we should kind of write our paper together because it's going to be covering the exact same thing. So we decided to stay after and kind of write our paper together. And then our mental health class does discussion boards every week, and if you do the discussion board, it counts as an extra point on a quiz. So there were 2 discussion boards this week because there were 2 quizzes today. So we did both of those, so hopefully we'll get extra points, which is good because we both did very poorly on the quiz. We did our paper. It's almost all the way done. I have like 4.5 pages out of 6, and one of the 6th page is just a reference page, so that kind of takes off a page. So really I have like a 1.5 pages left to do, and I just have to like reflect on how the group session went and how I can apply the research that I found in nursing in the future. So just through like patient education and things like that. So we stayed and did that, and that's why we were there till 3 o'clock. So yeah, now I am just about to head home. It's Friday and I'm so excited, which means it's the last day of the vlog, and it is Super Bowl Sunday weekend, so this weekend should be fun. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. I don't think I'm going to go to the gym as of right now. I might go late tonight if I'm feeling up for it, but I just don't want to push getting sick. My whole family's sick, and I'm just worried that if I exhaust myself, it's just going to get worse and I'm going to end up sick. We'll kind of play it by ear on the gym tonight. I might just wait and start fresh on Monday, because you know what? It just is what it is, and sometimes that's what happens. If not, I will talk to you on Monday. But yeah, it's Super Bowl Sunday weekend, so tomorrow's Saturday. I'm supposed to be babysitting tomorrow night, or like this is a Saturday where I usually would. I'm not totally sure if that's going to be happening or not. I'm waiting to hear back from the family. That might be tomorrow, and then Sunday's the Super Bowl. Connor works today and tomorrow, so come Sunday, he'll be back Sunday. He'll be at my house Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Sunday I'm just going to be hanging out with family watching the Super Bowl, and then Monday is right back to a new vlog. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good week, and I will either talk to you tonight or talk to you next week's vlog. Bye guys.